Good afternoon, one and all. It's actually Friday and I'm finally getting round to doing this week's alphabet challenge, which I should have done on Monday, but I didn't. So here's our card today. It's three and a quarter, is it? I think it's 3 1/4. Let's have a check. 3 1/4 by 5.5. So it's a smaller one. Sometimes we do large ones. Today we're doing a smaller one. And I just want to build up a bit of a background for this. So I've got a page of my old dictionary and I have got my tear ruler and I'm going to tear it in strips. And then another strip off here. Whoops, not so good. I've got my tear ruler upside down. That's why it should be that way. Oh well, never mind. I already have a strip here. And let's see if I can get the other side of this one off. Let's make sure my tear ruler is the right way up. It's upside down. I find it easier if you put the little piece under your ruler and tear the larger piece against your ruler. That's just the way I find it easiest to do it. Well, we've got a snow warning. Brilliant. I thought we'd seen the last of that stuff. I really hope the electricity doesn't go off. It can do whatever it likes weather-wise outside, but please leave me some electricity. It's just that everything in this house, our heating, everything is electric. Right, I'm going to stick those two on there, like that. Right, I'm going to use a glue stick because it's just thin paper to paper, so I shouldn't have too much of a problem. It is quite delicate, this though, so I don't want to tear it. Particularly. It's actually a good thing that we have a snow warning, because tomorrow at the scrap store where we go, they're having a sale and things are normally really, really inexpensive. This particular scrap store deals with a lot of fabrics, so you get a lot of tartans and wool, tweed and stuff like that, which I don't need, in fairness. But I have found a pattern, sewing pattern, for a bag. Well, yeah, it sort of is a bag, but really it's a storage bucket, I suppose. And I intend to make it out of Timmy fabric, really, to go with my new fancy storage when it gets here on Sunday. Oh, therein lies another tale, but never mind. And I thought if I could get some wool tweed, it would look nice. But it's not the be-all and end-all. And I know that if I go, I'm going to be tempted to buy something else that I don't need, don't want, and is breaking our embargo. So, right, that's on there. That's looking all right. By the time we've finished this, you'll be wondering why on earth I put this on, because you won't be able to see it, but you will be able to just see a little bit. And I'm just giving that a good braying down. And it makes a difference because it, you know, as I always say to you, it accepts glue or paint, ink, whatever, differently to the areas that don't have it on. So gesso and brush. I had the brush 5 minutes ago. Where's the brush gone? I did tidy my desk up, but now it's just untidy again. Of course it is. So let's just put a bit of gesso out, and I just really want to very lightly go over that. So it's just dry brushing really is what I'm doing, I guess. A little bit of gesso here and there, once again, so it takes the ink differently in different areas. But you won't actually see that much of this, so don't fret about it. Let's try my water pot. I'll put that in there. And that's that. I'm finished with that. Right. That lid never wants to go on very well. Let's clean that bit of gesso up that's still there, and then we'll dry that off. So I'll see you back when I've dried this. There we are. Doesn't take long to dry. It was very, very thin coat. So next thing is get your inks out, and I need to get my splat box out. Good times ahead when the splat box comes out. Right, so I've chosen 3 colours. This one, which looks like it came out the ark, and it's actually so old that the plastic has perished and it's coming off. But never mind, that's all right. It's called Adirondack Colour Wash. And I don't know how old that is, but I bet you that's really old. Does it say? 2004. 21 years old. Congratulations, you got the key of the door. Distress spray stain in picked raspberry, and I've got the distress oxide spray in Victorian velvet. Colours are very, very seldom used, but you know, what a size of a bottle you get. Blimey. So I'm just going to, it doesn't spray very, oh, it's spraying all right now. So I'm just going to spray some of that and some of the picked raspberry. There we go. And then I'm just going to put a bit of water on it to get rid of some of those speckles. Let it kind of run together. Oh, look at that. How gorgeous is that? I'm not going to mop it up unless it starts to pool around the edges, which it's just beginning to do. So where's my blue roll? I'm going to leave it in the splat box because I don't want to move it, because that way disaster lies. So I'm just going to pick up some of that real excess ink around the edge. Like that. And then I'm going to dry that till it's pretty much dry. Doesn't have to be bone dry, but pretty much dry. So see when I've done that. Right, that's pretty dry now. It's pretty hot. And look at it. Just look at that, it's gorgeous. Now you can see the benefit of adding book page and gesso. See this section down here? It's a different colour to the bit next door to it, and that's only because this is book page and this isn't. And there's a section there. So all of these variations are because of what we've put on underneath. And you can just about see the book page through it, but the main use of the book page is to create these different textures for the ink to work on differently. So I know it seems like a bit of an unnecessary step. All the steps in mixed media do feel unnecessary until you come to the final result and you realise that you did need to do them all. It does make a difference. So I'm going to put that back in my splat box. I'm going to get my Victorian velvet out, which is a light lilac-y colour. And it's an oxide spray. And I'm not choosing... Yeah, I would have chosen oxide because it sits on top. So let's just give that a bit of a spray. Is that enough? Yeah, that's better, I think. I like that. Is that enough? Who knows? That's the other thing with mixed media. You never know that it was enough until it's too much. So I'm just going to dry that. So there we are. It's pretty dry. Some parts of it more so than others. And you can see it's just, I love that. I really do love that. It's gorgeous. So let's set that to one side to dry while we do the rest of the card. Oh wow, that's so nice, isn't it? Anyway, let's stop blowing our own trumpet and get back to now. D is for daisy. So this is an Elizabeth Craft Design die. It's 1219 Garden Notes, and it's aster. Aster is a type of daisy. I did check that just in case somebody was going to pull me up on it. And these are the dies that you actually get. You get 2 for the flower, some leaves. You can make as many as you like. This little piece which goes under the flower, but I can't get mine to fit on properly, so I've ignored that. And this which is the stamens, but I'm leaving those out as well because I don't know what to do with them. So I have cut myself out enough to make 2 flowers, but let's just make one now because I have made the other one already. And I want them to be in colours that coordinate with the background. So I'm going to use, shall I use the plum again? It's a really nice colour, that, isn't it? Or just the picked raspberry. Yeah, maybe just the picked raspberry. So I'm just going to spray some down there, and I don't really want to water it down. I want full throttle. And I'm just going to dibby-dabby it in there. Whoa, it's dropped in, it doesn't matter. And you want to do both sides of this, because when it's all sort of fluted up, you'll see the underside, or you might see the underside. So just in case. Okay, so that's all right. So it's not completely done, which is fine. I'm all right with that. Then I'm going to spray a bit of this Victorian Velvet into that, which will just darken down the Victorian Velvet. You can see it mixing. It's lush. It's lush. Let's just mix that all together. So I've darkened the Victorian Velvet, lightened the picked raspberry, whichever way you want to look at it. So let's pick that up and let's aim to get the lighter bits there done. Nice. And then the back of this needs pretty much all doing, actually. Bit of a messy business this, but worth it, I feel. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just go over that a little bit with this colour, just so we've got a bit of a mix on the petals. And then the same with this one. Whoops. Yeah, that's nice. It's nice. Those ones do not want to get coloured for whatever reason. Yeah, that's great. Let's just dunk this side a little bit in there. Okay, happy with that. That's great. A little bit of just picked raspberry up there, so I'm just picking a little bit up, but that's fine. That's perfect. Let's wipe that up. Okay, cokey. And let's dry these off. So I'll dry these and I'll be back when they're nice and dry. So there we are, there's our two little daisies. I haven't shaped them or anything yet, they're just as they were, just dipped in the ink. But now we've got to do the stems and leaves. One of these I chopped the edge off, it's hard to tell, but yeah, I think it's that one. So we'll colour this one and we'll colour all the leaves that I've got here, however many that is. I don't think we need this many, but we've got them, so we might as well colour them. That one's already been coloured, so these ones. Okay, and I'm going to colour these in another one of those Adirondack dyes. You can tell I'm sorting my craft room out, can't you? Because we're seeing things that I've never seen before. This one is called Lettuce. Nature's Palette for Papers, Fabrics, Fibres and More. Okay, is that 2004 as well? Yeah. So they don't spray very well now because they're quite old. Well, 21, that is quite old. So I'm just going to dunk these in here. And they'll probably get way too much ink on, but that's okay. Because it sort of pools. You can put gloves on if you're particularly worried about getting your hands all inky. It is just water reactive ink, so it's going to come off. I can't bear the touch of meat. I can't, you know, if ever raw meat, I'm okay with cooked meat, I can touch it, but raw meat, oh, I cannot bear I just can't bear it. So anything like that. This one's alive. Mr. F has to do. When he first left school, he worked in a butcher's shop, so it'd be no good if he didn't like touching raw meat, would it? These are getting stuck flat down, so you don't need to do the back side of them. There we go. Okay, let's just get another bit of blue on. And you can see it's starting to pool, which gives us different shades of the green, which is lovely. So I need to dry those, and I may be some while because some of that ink is quite thick on there. But I'll be as quick as I can and I'll be back. See you in a minute. Okay, so I've done, that was the one I did previously and I mopped it off. These ones with that Adirondack, they look like they've oxidised to me. But that's okay, whatever. It's just interesting to know that they aren't just, I'm guessing they're not just dye ink. They really look like they've got pigment. Yeah, pigment in there. Okay, so not too bad at all. Right, next thing. Here's our card. Are you dry? Pretty much. I would say it was megally dry, but pretty much. Next thing is embossing. Now here's a bit that I did earlier. I don't know where the rest of it's gone. And I want it to be, well, however much I can get out of that actually. Let's see. I don't want this edge on it. So it's going to be about 2 inches. That's fine. Oh, it's going to be less than that actually, because it's going to be about 1 3/4 inches. In fact, I can get a little bit more than that. There we are. Now I have vellum somewhere in this house, but I don't know where it is. Everything's a bit upsy-downsy at the minute, so I'm afraid I don't know where that is. But there we have it. It's pretty. It's a real pretty. It's an embossing folder I got from Temu. I just found it when I was looking through. This is not dry enough to put that on. Let's just take my towel. So yeah, the upshot of it was I've had to use tracing paper for my embossing, but it'll be fine, it'll be alright. Still feels moderately tacky, but hey ho, we'll call that. So I've got enough to fold it over at the top and the bottom, and it might stick to this actually because it is not quite dry. But that, you know, it'll do what it's going to do. Is that the middle? Would you say that's the middle? I'd say it's not far off. So what I'm going to do is fold this over. So yeah, did I tell you I was using tracing paper? I forget half the time, you know, I never go back to finish sentences. It's most annoying. So yeah, in the absence of vellum, which I know I have, I'm using tracing paper and it'll be fine. It'll be all right. It didn't tear it, which is a good thing. So I'm just folding that over there because you will see the glue through it. Look at the muck on my fingers. So I'd rather the glue was on the back side, and we can always cover that up with a piece of paper, which we're probably going to have to anyway because it's pretty. Oh, I can hear that cracking. Yeah, it's pretty ropey, this backside, so it needs clean, a backing put on it before it goes anywhere near a journal. I mean, in reality, this isn't going to go anywhere near a journal, but best practice is to cover it. Okay, what have we got? Yeah, I don't think that's exactly straight, is it? It is what it is. So we've got our flowers, we've got our leaves and stems, so we just need to shape that flower. You can see where it's sticking there actually, but it's as good as I can do. So I need to choose one for the top and one for the bottom. I think this one's slightly smaller than that one, so this is going to be the bottom one, and all I'm going to do is just rough these up. You don't need, I did get my shaping stuff out, flower shaping stuff out, but to be honest, this is just as good as anything. So just rough them up, fold them over, fold them back. This is mixed media paper that I'm using, so it can stand a bit of this. If the odd petal falls off, don't cry about it. Nature's not perfect. So there we are, I've got a bit of shaping in that now. And before I shape this one, I want to put a centre in it. So what I'm going to do is use my embossing thing, and I've got this, this is, what make is this? Cosmic Shimmer, Mixed Media Dark Age, and it's got sort of bits in it. So if you roll it round, you get some bits that come to the top. And I'm going to take this is a Versa marker, and just put some black in the centre. Let's get this here, tip on my little stuff. Woo. Shaky, shaky. There, I didn't fill the entire centre in because I don't want it all filled in. And I'm just going to knock off the stuff that's where I don't want it, although it's pretty good. That's fine. Put this back in the pot. You could use gold, you could use yellow. It kind of depends what colour you've used for your backgrounds, probably, but I don't know. I think daisies really should have yellow centres. Mine, of course, has black. I've only just thought of that now, if I'm honest with you. Oh well, never mind, eh? I'm going to heat this from underneath because the mixed media stuff's got heavier bits in it, and if you heat it from on top, they just fly off. So it shouldn't take long to, there we go, it's going now. That's it. Doesn't take long at all because the heat gun is heated up. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's black with bits of silver in. And I'm going to stick that in there, but first is that cool enough yet? I'm just going to ruffle up these petally bits. Well, I think they're petals actually, not just petally bits. Stick that on there, then stick that in the centre. There we go. And there's our flower. Lovely. Okay, so here's a flower that I made earlier of a similar ilk. That one I covered the whole centre up, and then I realised it looks better with just part of it done. So, okay, so where am I going to put these? Let's just try them for size. What about like that? I don't mind if they come over the vellum. I think that's not too bad, is it? I think that's okay. That probably wants to be down just a touch. Do I have a pencil? So I'm just going to make a mark there. Ah, I can't see that mark. Never mind. I'm going to guess. Live by the seat of my pants. My mum used to say that to me often. Girl, you live by the seat of your pants. I don't know why, I was never too wayward or anything. I think I was quite a good girl, really. So I'm sticking that down on top of the vellum. Well, pseudo vellum, tracing paper. Just be careful because that ink is coming off onto my vellum. So yeah, watch out for that. And then this one I want like that, I'd say. I'm just going to be careful when I stick this down. Doesn't like sticking to that vellum very much. We'll just have to give it a minute. Go on, stick down. What's wrong with you? Maybe should have done them higher up. You'll get the idea anyway. This is about as different from the grunge as you can possibly get, isn't it? So that's going to go there. That's going to go there. Yeah, it looks nice. So I'm just going to stick these on by the centre so the petals can fly free. I'm just going to leave that. It will stick. That one wants to go that way, I think. Yeah, it's okay. It's looking all right. So, some leaves around the place. Oh, come on. Stop being naughty. Well, this is a bit of an arduous process, isn't it? I'll stick them down as best I can so you can see what's going on, and I'll call it done. Actually, they're sticking a bit better than I dared hope. You could, if you want to, colour the edge of the parchment or tracing paper or whatever you're using with your ink pad. I did get the ink pad out to do it with, but I don't like it so much, so we're not doing it. Is there room for another leaf in there? I think there is, you know. I mean, we've done them, we've coloured them. Let's stick them down. And I don't think I've got room for another one now. No, I don't think so. I think we're about there. So, I want a word or a phrase or a, what do they call them? I can't remember what they're called now. You know, the little phrase things. So where's my Timmy books? I don't know, I've sent a load out to people. Now I haven't got any. Oh yeah, of course I have. Let's get them all out, see what we've got to say. So these ones are, I think, sayings. The white might be quite nice, mightn't it? Yeah, I was thinking black, but I'm thinking the white might be nice. Oh. It's Valentine's Day here. I guess it is everywhere in the world. Sorry about this. Choose to shine? Oh my goodness. Oh, there's so many. What shall I write on it? I'm really sorry about this. I just don't know what to put on it. What's something about being beautiful? But there isn't anything. I think they're all the same page, you know. I've finally twigged they're all the same. What did I like up here? There was one up here I liked, wasn't there? Choose to shine, that was the one. That was the fella. Alright, I'm going to stick that on. I'm going to put it on up there. Choose to shine. Is that straight? Yeah, actually. Unbelievably it is. Should I put another one down there? Why not? How about creativity takes courage? Oh, how about take risks? Yeah, that's what we'll do. So for all you folk that don't like using inky backgrounds and you get in the right mess and you don't like the idea of the mess. Take risks. That's what I'm putting on there for you. So there we are. I haven't inked round it. I don't want to ink round it. There is my little D is for daisies. And I'm sure really that you can get away with most flowers. So if you haven't got a daisy die, or you haven't got a die cutter machine or whatever, it's the background more than anything really that I wanted to show you. I've got one that I did earlier, so you can see all of it there. I mean, it's stunning, isn't it? It's gorgeous. So I'll have to make this one into something because it's too nice not to use. So there you go, guys. We have finally, at the end of the week, got through to what we should have done at the beginning of the week. And we've done our alphabet challenge. D is for Daisy. Okay. How long has that taken me? 35 minutes to take me to do that. Goodness. So, sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry. It was good fun. I enjoyed it. I love these inky backgrounds. So, there you go, guys. Thanks so much for watching me. Have a lovely, lovely, lovely Valentine's Day evening with your loved ones or your friends or whoever it is you choose to spend it with. And have a great weekend. And I'll see you as soon as I can with another double page spread because I love doing those. All right, guys. Take care now. Bye.